Alright. Here for the final round. Currently 2-1. We've been winning a lot of die rolls, but it's only been marginally helping us. And this hand's pretty legit. Only painful green sources, which is kind of awkward. Kind of want to draw another swamp, so don't necessarily want to fetch quite yet. So I think we just lead on coast and pass, but playing against Jeskai again. Ooh, Jaceru. Now we're gonna play out this black in case we can loot into another black source and cast Downfall. And then we can either play Courser or Nissa next turn. No, don't shock my Jace. So many wild slashes. Alright. It's go time. Do we play Palastaff Downfall? Do we play Courser first? I think we play Courser first. Kind of awkward, since we're taking a bunch of damage, but hopefully we can gain it back. Murder's Cut on top is pretty nice. So we can actually deal with what our opponent plays this turn, like a Mantis Rider. And yeah, we are off. We are off. Let's see what our opponent's up to here. Red, white, blue, Mantis Rider. Down to 13 already, you stupid Painlands. Killing me, Painlands. Thoughtseize on top. I don't mind drawing that, actually. So we'll just cut down this rider, pound our opponents. Languish continues to be kind of awkward against the decks that only play out one threat at a time, since obviously we want to cast stuff too, and I'm not willing to take like 10 damage to try and get a 2-for-1 off our Languish, so we'll just use this as an emergency button here. Opponent plays a Seeker. I think we can deal with that okay. So Thoughtseize, maybe get a dig or something. Jeskai Charm, Strike, Stoke the Flames. Alright. I guess Charm is the scariest one, since it has modes. So we'll play this Nissa, get a forest, probably get our creature lightning struck by lightning. And then we can languish away the Seeker. Maybe they'll draw a Jace or something. That'd be pretty sweet. Blocking here doesn't really seem to do anything, so they could just stoke us to kill our Nissa. Maybe I should block, I guess. But yeah, I think he did want a lightning strike. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe he's just supposed to attack and stoke me, and then I go to 5, and he has a lightning strike in hand. Play a Jace. Play Jace. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, we can play Downfall and Gather. I think I want to do that. Just never going to get to cast this Languish, I guess. Cast Gather first, get a little more information. Because why not? And we do pick up 2 things. So it is possible that we would just want to Wayfinder and play Jace. But I think we're just going to... Well... So if I don't downfall this now, and we downfall on our opponent's turn, if they drew another stance, they get to protect it and hit us, which sucks. Alternatively, if they play a Mantis Rider, either... Yeah, we probably want to kill that instead. So I think we just pass. Alternatively, we could just play a Wayfinder. But it's pretty obvious at this point that I should have something, since I gathered for 2 creatures and did not play either of them. But I definitely don't want to take that 2 damage when my opponent's got a Stoke in hand. So need to find like a whip or something. Ooh, Courser. You are great. Free land? No free land. I will take the 1, trying to gain the 1 back. Don't really need that downfall right now. I'm going to stoke my courser? That would be phenomenal. I would be quite happy. Nice, nice. Brick City. Alright, it's awkward. It's very awkward. Obviously the next card's a land. Why wouldn't it be? I don't mind playing the land because the Languish is not necessarily something we actually want. And our Jace just dies in a fire. If my opponent just like used the burn spells on me, I would just be dead at this point. Is this a Storm Breath? Alright. So we get on to 4 and then Languish this thing away. I'm gonna get to play a Jace too. So maybe we have a chance. I feel like if our opponent had any 4-point burn spells left over, they'd be saving that burn for me, but who knows. Alright, all in on Jace. Opponent could not tap mana fast enough. Just a Mantis Rider, though. So we're down to 1. Loot. Find a Courser or something. Nope. Alright, so what's the deal? We have 1 Den Protector left. So the odds of us gathering into a Den Protector to get back our Murderous Cut is very, very low. So I guess we just want to use this Languish. I guess this could run us into Disdainful Stroke, so maybe that's bad, but most of these Jeskai decks aren't playing Stroke main deck anymore. This kind of protects from like Valorous Stance anyway. I kind of want to hold this land for Courser, but going up to 2 life is not really going to save me. I could just draw an Atarka and want to cast it, so. Alright, just need to not get burned out. Hopefully our opponent can start drawing lands here. It's about that time. Alright, we can hold this land for sure. Because even if we draw a whip, we can't play it and activate it. I feel like we're just going to die at some point. Our opponent has so much burn in their deck. Yeah, Rabble Master died to a token. It's pathetic. I'm pathetic. Ugh. Drew so poorly at the end. What happened? What happened? Alright, our opponent's got a bunch of burn. How do we deal? They saw Languish, so I imagine Languish is going to get worse. Could see Treasure Cruise being good. Opponent was very heavily burn oriented, so I don't think that they're going to board in a ton of big stuff. Like, could just be like maybe an Elspeth or whatever, but I wouldn't be expecting too much of it. I think I would just prefer to keep the Tassigers. Oh, what happened that game? I have no idea. Maybe I used my Languish incorrectly, and I should have been holding like a downfall at the end there for the Storm Breath. Maybe you wouldn't have had to take 4 off that. I don't know. It's hard to say. Even so, if I was at 4 higher life and my opponent played Rabble Master and hit my Jace for 1, I would have Jace at 2, and I was going to draw 2 land in a row, so. Stay. See, I don't think I was necessarily going to win that game no matter what. But we do have to cut a card. Generally like all the discard. I like all the early 2-for-1s. I could see Jace, you know, not being very realistic to live, but if we're keeping in all the discard, then Jace is a little bit better. So I don't know. It's tough. Guess I'll just cut a Jace. Not happy about it. I am not happy about it. And now this preview card is out of control. Yeah, I want to play first. This hand is quite bad. This hand is effectively, you know, 4 or 5 mana cards, assuming our Jace dies. But there's a lot of power here. Can't even play Jace until turn 3 unless we draw land. So it is not looking great. This puppy is just licking my shoulder for no reason. Alright, Jace. Don't shock me. No shocks. Nice. Nice. So just Seeker. Alright, we get to loot. It's step 1. And we get the ultimate price if we want. It's even better. Kind of a ways off of Tarka. That's what it seems like. I think we should just discard a Tasigur. Price the Seeker. Can't price a Mantis Rider anyway. Could price a Rabble Master, I guess, but I really don't want to get blown up by a stance. Like, actually take that damage. It does free up our Tasigur a little bit later. So, maybe it was right, but yeah, our opponent doesn't even have a Mantis Rider, so it all works out. Definitely want that downfall. And maybe we're a ways off of this Atarka. Like, we're gonna play Tasigur this turn. And then we have Priest and Den Protector for next turn if we hit a land. And, I mean, at that point, like, we just want to make our land drops and whatnot. Just gotta charm my thing back on top. That's fine with me. Okay, that's pretty good. I wonder if my opponent's going to have an Ojutai's command. I really don't want to just not do anything this turn, though. That seems pretty crappy, but I'm not sure when the first time I'm going to get the double spell is. So I could just play Nissa this turn and hit my land drop. And then start casting 5s. If that's the case, then I probably want to discard the Tasigur. Because I think the Priest is better. The Priest actually handles a Stormbreath Dragon, potentially. So it seems kind of weird to discard a 4-5 and spend my turn playing a 2-2, but it just kind of is what it is. Now I have like 2 things in play that he kind of has to deal with. I guess I could get like Angered or something. My last Jeskai opponent sided in Anger for whatever reason. So this should get, you know, second island to enable dig. Stormbreath comes down. Now if we play Priest and they just kill our 5-5 with a stance or like a Jeskai charm or whatever, it's pretty bad for us. But we hit a whip, so that's interesting. I wonder if my opponent brought in Revokes or not. Because obviously I could just downfall this thing, but I could also play Whip, hit my opponent for 2, and gain 2. And then next turn I could potentially play Courser and downfall in the same turn. Which would put me pretty far ahead, I think. Although I would need to find another black or just take a point of damage to cast the Courser, so maybe that's not even that helpful. But if I do play the Whip and it doesn't die, I'm also threatening to just, like, Whip and Atarka and just, you know, crush their hopes and dreams. So, I don't know. I think it's close. I don't need all these den protectors. Do I want my Jace to flip, though? There's a cut. That's certainly a good card. Now I'm fine with Jace flipping. Give us another shot to hit a free land. Nice. Nice. Alright, now we have a ton of action. Opponent might cast Dig this turn, but that should be okay. Stance my Courser. That is also okay. We have Downfall on tops and Cut in our hands. So we're covered against like Storm Breath, Mantis Rider, and Elspeth. And yeah, our opponent just shows us 4 lands. Okay. So played some nice games so far. Looks like our opponent took out a lot of their burn, but I didn't really see any high-end stuff. Jace was certainly good that game. Helped me sift through like all my garbage, which was much appreciated. I think we just want this other Jace back. That sounds pretty good. We have Jace into Courser, into Tasigur. No removal, which is a little risky against Jeskai. Definitely don't want them to just like drop a Mantis Rider and get super far ahead. I think we were right about that stance. Like downfalling the Seeker right away and not playing the Priest because they ended up stancing our Courser, which was certainly good for us. Probably should have stanced the Courser in response to the Jace, I guess. The Jace Tappy. Because we got a free land out of that deal. Did you bring your shocks back in? Nope. Alright. Risky business. Well, here comes the Rider. Nope, Rabble Master. Alright, so we get to block the token but can't kill it. That's a beat. Alright, I might be able to do some cool stuff here, like whip my Priest back. Ultimate price on top, that's good. We're definitely going to need that. And it seems like we're doing okay so far. Ooh, Magma Spray. That's pretty good. I think we just loot away this Priest. Don't really want that thing in play, although having the other body might be good. Spray is interesting, though. Stance, too? God, we're in trouble. And now we have to spend this turn casting Price, and we can't even play Tasigur as a follow-up, so that stinks. So now we're probably a little too far behind. Den Protector might be good. If I price the Rabble Master, they play Storm Breath, we take 6 down to 8, and then I have to play Den Protector, that's not going to be good enough. And if they don't have Storm Breath, I think I like my spot, so... But those have been famous last words around these parts. I've said that and lost plenty of times. Yeah, so with no Gather the Packs, these Tasigurs are a little slow. Alright, just hit me for 2. That's good. Can beat that. Play a Seeker. That might bode poorly for me because it means that you might have a stroke. And not the kind of stroke where I just win, the kind of stroke where I lose. The Disdainful Kind. Okay, so that's live. And if they have a Stoke the Flames and a Strike, I die. If they only have a Stoke the Flames, then I'm alive. But this, yeah, this is not good. We're We're down to 9. I really want to whip the priest this next turn, get in my 2 lifelink hit, and then have the 5/5 lifelinker left over. Maybe I should have just played Tassiger this turn to actually have a blocker. I don't know. Ooh, it's getting close. Don't slow roll me. You have a charm for the face is lethal. Pump of my creatures is not lethal. Slash plus anything kills me. But if it is just slash, I'm okay. I'm alive still. And then what do you have? Do you have a stance? Because now I can beat a stance. Should have cast Dig on your turn, probably. To get that extra point in. I know, you might want the extra information by doing it at the end of my turn, see what I do, but still think it's better to just do it on your turn for the extra point of damage. And then hopefully this duress is good. Slash in a stance. Alright, so whip back priest, get a 5/5, attack for 2, so we're up to 4. And then if we take the stance, they play Mantis Rider and attack. We can block the Rider, gain 5, which negates this, and then the slash. So yeah, I think we just take stance and we're doing okay. Hopefully that's the case. So a little combo deck here. Whip back my priest, get my 5/5, hit you for 2. Priest goes away, so we're not taking damage anymore. Now we have a 5/5 lifelinker. And opponent plays Mantis Rider and might just have to pass. Which would be excellent. Magma Spray messed us up. Wish we still had Jace. We would have had a Tassiger in play by now. Going to... Well, I guess the sprays might just be like additionals. Because they already have Slash. I was going to say swapping Slash for spray seems awkward. But maybe that wasn't even the case. Attack! Yes, bring it. Only those two? Okay, you're going to slash my demon? I'm definitely fine with that. So I end up gaining 2 life here and killing your Mantis Rider. Now I also have an ultimate price, so that's excellent. So if I price the Seeker, which maybe I don't even want to do... Maybe I just play Tassiger for 3 mana, and if they get to attack, then I block and see what happens. If they don't get to attack, then I get to activate Tassiger. And then if they do something like play Storm Breath, at least I have ultimate price for it. Excellent. We might actually win! How is this happening? Get a Thoughtseize back? Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Ooh, Satyr Wayfinder. That could be anything. Any Atarkas. No Atarkas. Only Jaces. Jace ain't bad, though. So I could whip back Jace if I don't... And flip it immediately if I don't take a card, or if I cast Thoughtseize. I think I'm going to take the Bivouac. Attack with Tassiger. Alright, so now we're at 10. My opponent might be casting Dig this turn, in which case I want to cast Thoughtseize. Got a pretty high life total. 2 Storm Breaths, alright. Gas! You have to take one, price the other. What is this? Oh, now this is a dig. Alright, so trying to find a slash to clear the way. That's understandable. I still like our spots. It's dangerous to say stuff like that, but I think we're doing alright. Can price the Seeker, block a Goblin with the Wayfinder. Whip back Jace, and then maybe Thoughtseize the other Storm Breath, or Thoughtseize whatever else they get off Dig. I'm really hoping that they aggressively take a slash to clear out the Wayfinder, because then I just get to price the Seeker for the full blowouts. And it actually works out well. We're like, me Taskering into the Thoughtseize gives them the 5th card, so they get to Dig with a mana open. So it like incentivizes them to actually get the slash if the slash is in their top 7. It's still not really a winning play though, because they clear out my thing, hit me for 5, I go down to 3, and then I just gain 4 again. Guess I'll price first. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is where we start going off. Forest, play it, flip Nissa. Whip back Jace. Loot, discard, whatever. Flashback the ultimate price to get a hit in. And also, I think make a 4/4. So now we're at 13. We have 2 4-power things. Our opponent has no board. They're getting pressured. The whip doesn't matter. I get to keep my Jace, which is excellent. And then with 2 Jaces, I can just keep doing this. I can just keep, like, looting a turn and flashing back a spell if I want to. So, overall, pretty sweet. And our opponent's Stormbutt Dragon is far too late here. So they likely have to do other stuff. And Whip just kind of runs rampant if you don't have an answer. So this deck is kind of just like a pile of sweet cards, but it gets there. Does some cool stuff for sure. Everything kind of worked out the way we wanted it to. Like, the early discard was good. The whipping the priest was good. Jace was great. Now we have a couple planeswalkers in play alongside this whip. And what is the Stormbutt Dragon even doing? It can't attack and it can't really block, so... Alright, kill my Jace, that's fine. I'll just whip it back. Just doesn't matter. Just goes right back to the graveyard. So first things first, draw a card off Nissa. Draw Murderous Cut, which is kind of like insult to injury here. Whip back my Jace, flip my Jace. And then... guess we flash back on Thoughtseize. Make sure the coast is clear. No Elspeths or any of that crap is coming down. Just another Shock and another Storm Breath, so play Swamp. Okay. And that's it! 3-1! We made some dough, we get some funny money. Our opponent's trying to send us a message, but it's not working. Said he punted this one and punted round 3. So those are some beats, I guess. But yeah, 3-1, and stick around for the conclusion.